Hi everybody, I'm back with another tutorial, and in this video I'm going to show you my technique of using the sidechain, and I'm using it slightly different. I've seen a few tutorials on YouTube for FL Studio about how to make the sidechain effect, but I have my own way of my own methods because in FL Studio you need the kick drums that are used to produce the sidechain effect. You need them to be here on the playlist, as you can see here, in order to have that pumping effect, for example on the bass or on the strings in this case that I have here. And so I'm going to show you how to use kick drum only for that effect, and in this case this kick drum will be muted. We will only use the signal of that kick drum and not the sound itself. For the mix, for the sound, for the song itself, you can use other kick drums for the percussion. I mean, this is used specifically for this sidechain effect. So let's start. I have a kick drum here, the strings, and the bass, because I'm going to show you how to apply that effect on two different sounds. I have the kick drum going on channel 1 in the mixer. For the strings I'm using Superwave. It's a free VST, and it sounds like this. The bass, and I'm gonna apply the sidechain effect to these two sounds. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, of course, have the kick drums here on the step sequencer on a separate pattern, and apply the peak controller effect, and make sure the mute is selected, because we don't want to hear the sound of the kick drum. We only need this signal here, and this 2 meters that you see here, this is the input and this is the output. This is not the left and right channel. Okay, if I increase the tension here, you can see the output it's louder. Okay, so once we've done that, we will leave this there, because we will need to adjust these settings here, because these are the controls that we will need to adjust the sidechain effect. And now we're going for, first I'm gonna show you how to apply that to strings and then on the bass. Okay, so go to the channel of the strings. I have it on channel 2, and the effect that you need to apply here is the fruity compressor. And of course you can have here the equalizers and all the effects that you're using for that particular sound that you have. And let me make sure. And something is not working here, because the compressor is not compressing the sound, and I don't know why. Okay, so once you apply the fruity compressor, you need to right click here on the threshold button and choose link to controller, and from this list select the peak, not the peak plus LFO or the LFO, just the peak itself alone, and change the mapping formula to inverted, because we need that. Okay, so now we're done here. The only thing you have to do is increase the ratio. The threshold is here's in decibels, the level on which the compressor starts to be applied to that sound, and the ratio is how hard that effect is being applied. Okay, something like that, and leave the other ones to default by now. And now I have to go back to the peak controller, but first we have to put the notes here on the playlist, because we will need to adjust the settings here while the song is playing. So you see we already have a very good sound. Reduce the volume so you can hear me. I don't know, I just nailed it here, because it's pretty much all that I don't have to touch anything here, because it sounds very good already. but you can adjust the decay if you want to make it slower. You can play with the tension. I'm just making this by ear. I mean, you can also adjust the release here. The longer the release is, the longer you put the release here is, the longer the sound will be compressed. Okay, so if you have a short release, the sound is compressed and it's going back to the normal volume again. So I mean, when it's compressed, the volume is reduced, and if the release is higher, that it will stay at that lower volume for longer. If the release is lower, the sound is being reduced, is compressed, and then it goes back faster. Okay, so you can see here, if I'm increasing the release, it stays lower, the volume, for a longer time, and if I'm reducing it, that's pretty much it. But if you want more compression, just increase the ratio. But if I reduce it to 0, it's not having much effect. Okay, that's it with the pads. And let me show you, if I take out the kick drums, no, you don't have that effect anymore. So that's what these kicks are doing. Okay, now let's go with the bass. You have to do just exactly the same thing, but the only problem here with this technique is that you can only link one compressor to one big controller. If you want to have a sidechain effect on the bass and on the pads as well, you have to have 2 kick drums. Okay, I have another technique so that you can use only one kick drum and use the sand channels, and I'm gonna probably make a video about that. It's more advanced, but for now I'm gonna just continue with this one. So add the compressor here as well, just like so, and again just right click on the threshold button, no, not that, link to controller, and select the peak and change the mapping formula to inverted, and click accept. Let's go back to the step sequencer, and let's see what I've done here. Okay, this is working, and I'm gonna put the bass here and play, but it's not playing because I didn't send this to channel 3. So go to channel 3, and remember to set the ratio, to increase the ratio, or you won't have the effect. But in this case something's wrong because it's not playing. So okay, now I have to adjust the settings of the P controller. And now you can hear that we have some effect, but I need a kick drum so that you can hear the effect a bit better. Kick drums, this one here, 4x4, change the root note to C5. Okay, now let's see now. Okay, now you can hear it a bit better. Okay, if I disable the compressor now, this is without the sidechain effect. Okay, so this is how you make the sidechain effect. I'm running out of time. It's very easy. If you have any questions, just post a comment here and I'll try to explain you anything if I can. And I don't know, I will make that video, the more advanced one, if you want to have more sidechain effects and more sounds using a single kick drum. Okay, see you on the next tutorial.